triggered a lockdown at the plant. They've been taking over infrastructure to lend legitimacy to their cause. If they control the power, they control this region.
Hey everyone, I'm Agent Ghost and welcome to the archives. I'm back from my self-appointed exile and I'm excited to bring you this build video as well as potentially making new videos from different video games altogether. So if you're interested in all that, keep an eye out for the future. Anyway, without further ado, let's go move on to the build breakdown. So starting things off with the specialization, I'm using the Technician specialization for access to the linked laser pointer, as well as extra skill tier is always nice and appreciated. That's it for the specialization. Now let's move on to the weapons. Starting things off, I'm using the named Kingbreaker assault rifle. It is my favorite assault rifle to use when it comes to using linked laser pointer and pulse style builds. Now for the core attributes, you can pause and take a look, but the only one I want to make note of is that I have damage targets out of cover rolled on mine, and the regular attribute, that's the highest multiplicative attribute in the game currently. And for the main reason I'm using this is the Kingbreaker specifically comes with the talent Perfect Flatline, which amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. After 3 kills, apply pulse to the next enemy you hit. If it's regular flatline, it would be 15%, but yeah, that extra 5% on top of it is just great. All the damage we want and want to get. There are the mods. If you're at all interested, you can pause and take a look at what I'm using. But the only one I want to make note of again is the linked laser pointer from the Technician specialization. And whatever you're aiming at when you have this equipped with your gun, it will pulse them for you. So what that looks like, I'll show you right now. Go there. I'm gonna make it named enemy. All right, and you can see that yellow outline up top and everything, and that means the linked laser pointer is working, and they are now pulsed. So we're just automatically getting another 20% damage on top of everything else, which is just crazy. So that's it for the Kingbreaker. Moving on to the other weapon I'm using the exotic Scorpio shotgun. Just any type of support build, this thing is super handy. And my favorite exotic shotgun in the game. Now again, I'm not gonna make any note, but once again I have damage targets out of cover in the regular attribute. You can pause and take a look at my other stats for it, but I'm using this mainly once again for the talent Septic Shock, and what that does is shooting a target applies stacks of venom which last for 10 seconds. Increasing stack adds more severe debuffs to the target, so when you hit the target with 2 shots you will poison them. With 4 shots, it will disorientate them, and it will like create a swirly circle above their head, and they'll just be disorientated, so they can't shoot at you, which is handy. 6 shots will shock them, so they'll be stunned and shocked. And the most important buff, and after 9 shots, targets take an additional 20% damage from all sources. Stacks no longer increase. Duration of status effects is based on the percentage of pellets hit applying target. So again, once again, I'll show an example of what that looks like. So I hit 2 shots. Boom, now they're poisoned. The enemy's poisoned. I hit 2 shots, now that circle is disorientated. I hit 6 shots, now they're stunned and shocked. I hit 8 shots, which is not increased. Well, now it's dead by the time I got to the 9th, but if I were to have hit that 9th shot, it would allow me and my allies to do plus 20%. I would just switch to my other weapon and unload and take advantage of that and let others also do that. So that's why I'm using the Scorpio. A quick note that I want to say about the Kingbreaker: if you don't like the Kingbreaker with its insane recoil, the alternative I would highly recommend is just use a Lexington, damage targets out of cover and the attribute, and then put on the talent. You can have killer or flatline. With this build, flatline really works well, so either of those. And then for the final weapon, which is my pistol, the Orbit named pistol, which you can only get from Dark Zone, conflict caches, name caches, and Dark Zone vendors / Dark Zone is where you can get it. Use whatever you want. You can take a look at the talent and mods I'm using if you're at all interested. I'm using it for Perfect Finisher. Regular Finisher works great, but you can just really use whatever you want. I use this as a placeholder in all my videos because it's my favorite pistol. That's it for the weapons. Now before we get onto the gear, I just want to have a quick disclaimer. Just please use this build as a base template and make any changes you want. Experiment and have fun. That's what I like to do. So change whatever, just like if it's the specialization, weapons, gear and skills, and please share any changes you might want to do or improvements. I'm just one person, and I love reading your guys' comments and feedback to help improve these builds. So that's it. That's the disclaimer. Now let's move on to the gear. Now, starting things off, I'm using the Future Initiative gear set to help pump out as much heals as possible for this healer DPS build. So when you have, we need to have 4 pieces of Future Initiative for it to work, and we'll go over what they do right now. So when you have 2 pieces of Future Initiative, you get plus 30% repair skills, 3 pieces plus 15% skill haste, and 30% skill duration. The repair skill is just amazing for our healing. The skill haste and duration is great for all our skills. And then when you have 4 pieces of Future Initiative, it allows us to have access to the talent Ground Control, which increases you and your allies' total weapon damage and skill damage by 15% when at full armor. So keep everyone healthy and we all do more damage. It's amazing. And then when you repair an ally, you and all allies within 5 meters of you also repair for 60% of that amount. So just increase extra healing within 5 meters, or not increased, but an extra healing effect if they're within 5 meters of our healing is just great, that they get 60% of that healing output. I love it. Now in the core attribute for the Future Initiative mask, I have plus 1 skill tier. And the regular attribute, I re-rolled for plus 20% repair skills and a plus 20% repair skills mod. In the Future Initiative chest piece, in the core attribute, I have plus 15% weapon damage re-rolled to help with our damage output on this damage healing build. Plus, in the regular attributes, I have plus 16.3% repair skills and a plus 19.7% repair skills mod, as well as I'm using the chest piece to have access to the talent Tactical Superiority, which increases ground combat damage bonus from 15% to 25%. So what we were saying earlier up top, as long as everyone has full armor, everyone now does plus 25% increased damage, which is amazing. Now, moving on to the Future Initiative hands or gloves that I'm using, I have plus 1 skill tier in the core attribute and re-rolled plus 20% repair skills in the regular attribute. For the holster, I'm using the Picario named holster. This is one of my favorite holsters in the entire game, for quite a few reasons, but big thing is like in the brand set bonus, if you have 1 piece of Brazos de Acrobus, I'm sorry if I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but I apologize, but it gives you plus 10% skill haste, which helps with our skills. And then if you have 2, it gives you another plus 1 skill tier. So we're just getting all the skill tiers. In the core attribute, I have 154,000 armor. In the regular attribute, I re-rolled plus 20% repair skills, and it gives you plus 10% weapon damage, which is a core attribute, which is the unique aspect of this named holster, is that you can get 2, if not 3, like I have here, all 3 weapon, core attributes all on 1 piece, which is amazing. Now moving on, I am using the Alps Summit knee guards for the brand set bonus of plus 18% repair skills, and it gives us plus 30% skill duration, which just helps our skills that much more. And the core attribute, another plus 1 skill tier, and the regular attribute 17.7% repair skills and plus 6% crit hit chance re-rolled. Now for the final piece of gear, I'm using the Ninja Bike Messenger Backpack. Very keen and important in this build. I love this thing. One of the reasons why I love this thing is it comes with all 3 core attributes just for wearing it, which is great. And we get plus 14.5% weapon damage, plus 164,000 armor, and an extra skill tier, which is amazing. And then for the mod, I have plus 19.4% repair skills, once again to help out with our healing. And then main reason why we're using this backpack specifically is for the talent Resourceful, which does slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set bonus. Can unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. So that's how I have the 4th piece in Future Initiative, and getting extra brand set bonuses on 1 extra point in all our brand set bonuses is because of this backpack, which is so awesome. Now that's it for the gear. Let's move on to the skills, and I have a solo and group version of this healer damage build. Right now I have things set up for a group, so let's go over that first, and then I'll tell you the skills. All I do is just change the skills if I'm soloing, like PvE content and stuff like that. So for the chem launchers, the first skill that I'm using, This is great for if you need to heal yourself or a target far away, for example. So if I damage myself, for example, if I tap whatever the button for the chem launcher is, I'll just drop a little healing thing around me, you can see, and it just heals me. Or if there's an ally like far away, like say over there, that I need to heal, I can shoot, or just the target, I can shoot to get them from far away. That's what I mainly use this for healing. And then our next skill is the Restorer Hive, which I just essentially lob this in a direction if there's a bunch of allies in one direction, or I just drop it right here next to me. So if I take damage, and you can see the healing field is much more massive than the chem launcher. So if we just have tons of people here, it would just keep them nice and healthy. It does not regenerate charges. You can see in my bottom left UI I have 29 now. I started with 32. While you have it out, you just pick it up again and it will start regenerating AI hive that quickly, as you can see. And I have skill haste turned off, so that is the actual time. So that's it for these skills and aiming. Again, I would recommend using this for big groups if you're all held up, or throw it towards groups if they're like over there, and have them healing, and then you can use your chem launcher for you or other people around you. So those are my tips. Now I'm gonna pick up the hive so I can switch them out. There we go. So the other setup for solo that I like to do is I like to have the fixer drone on for one, and then the chem launcher's on cooldown, but I'm waiting. Then I like to equip the assault turret over the other one, and that's just this is purely for solo. This setup, I would not use this anything else except for solo. So wait, did I equip the right drone? No, I equipped the striker drone. You want the fixer drone, there we go, to heal yourself. So what I like to do is I like to throw out the turret to get the enemy's attention, like so, and just to have extra damage. It is not as strong as a support a skill build turret at all, but it's just to allow us to have extra damage in solo content. And then when I take damage like I did just then, I have the fixer drone just always on me to keep me alive and survivability. And with our healing from our build, it takes a lot to kill you. So if you just stay in cover and move from cover to cover with this healing you from cover to cover, or taking hot shots like I am, then you're good. So really, the sky's the limit. I would highly recommend keeping the fixer drone for solo, but you can use other things other than like the turret, for example. Another thing is like scanner pulse, I would recommend, and you can get rid of like the link laser pointer, because that pulses enemies, and then you can add more damage to like your gun and stuff like that. You don't have to use the link laser pointer, and you can switch out for like crit hit chance to do more damage and stuff like that. So that's it for the skills and my recommendations. Now let's move on to the final stats, and then I'll show you the final gameplay footage. So under weapon damage, I have 146,000 weapon damage, 60% crit hit chance, 45% crit hit damage, 75% headshot damage, and 10% damage targets that I cover rolled on all my weapons. Now for offensive, I have 54.5% all weapon damage bonus, 30% assault rifle damage bonus, 15% shotgun damage bonus, and 15% pistol damage bonus. This is a good time that I want to remind you, in your technician or whatever specialization tree, make sure to set it to whatever weapons you're using. In my case, I'm using assault rifles and shotguns, so I made sure to do that to maximize how much damage we have. We've already gone over the gear talents and Brad set bonuses, so just the defensive. So I have 1,076,698 armor. In the bottom left corner, it says 1.1 million because I think it rounds up to the nearest 50,000. But that's the exact number. I would shoot as close to 1 million to 1.1 million armor as you can. That seems to be a good sweet spot for the survivability with this build, so you can take hits and heal up through it. And that's pretty much it for the rest of the stats. So that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and making it this far. Please take care, be safe, and have a wonderful rest of your day/night. Bye.